back another day. This is the last day of February. So let's try to end this February off with a bang. Yesterday was a strange day. Yesterday was the day I deserved to get. I lost first of all, and I deserved to lose because I went out there and I just played like GPPs. I just played a lot of GPPs, and I ain't played no cash, and I deserve to get a spanking for that shit. It was just strange, everybody, the high was probably on Fanduel, probably was not even 340, I don't think, and it is what it is, but it's just, it's good to see those days, days like that do exist. And congratulations to all won yesterday. I know I probably, if you watched the pod yesterday, I pointed out some decent nuggets here and there. I believe that. Anyway, though, we have to keep it moving. One thing we do know is always tomorrow. So let's jump right into this one. Let's try to keep. I'm gonna try to keep it kind of simple for you guys. Looking at this Golden State Washington right off the back, like the first game of the day is just a barn burner, and man, what's not to like about this game, man? A big time total. I know that. I don't even have to look. 229 and a half. Washington has been, awesome at home this season, so. They'll have Golden State trying to come in and shake things up. Golden State coming off a back-to-back. They played Philly yesterday, and Philly played them hard like I thought they would. So right off the back, I know Clays, the Dre's, Stephs, the Durant's, they're all in play, man, and it is what it is on that. Zaza Pachulia, he is a guy. Since he's been back, he's been efficient. Well, he can be efficient, man. And that little time that he gets, he knows his role, and he just goes out there and does what he does. He doesn't even hit 4K, So in limited minutes, he's just somebody who just, he's just settled in with the team. He just knows, what's going on. I threw him in one yesterday. I still didn't cash, man. That was crazy. But it is what it is. I don't mind, I don't mind the play considering what he's been doing. So, and plus he'll have he'll be going up against GORTAT, which we'll get to in a minute. But, GORTAT's a very big body who plays a lot of minutes. I don't know, how long GORTAT will be out there running with those boys, but he probably going to have to do it. I mean, he runs every night, so messing with walls, so it is what it is. But anyway, Kevin Durant is coming in at 9,700, not even 10K. None of these guys I don't mind to play. Draymond Green is somebody who I totally didn't have yesterday. How can I do that? He had a very nice game. He could have very well helped me get to the money. Almost 50 fantasy points yesterday. Another up-paced game today. So I still don't know if I'll be rostering him, but with him, with Draymond Green being 7,400 and Clay and Durant under 10K, I don't know if I will be rostering any of them. I mean, let me see. It's kind of a little early for me to tell, but they're all in play, man. Straight up. Going against that John Wall and company. This guy here, he's going to be an interesting player. I just wonder if I don't know. Sean Livingston is probably somebody I'm not going to play, but I wonder if they're going to try to roll him out against John Wall. Try to slow him down a little bit, but I just think Clay is a nice player as well. He, going up against Bradley Beal, a pretty decent matchup for Clay, and he should be able to exploit that. But if there's a lot of points to be scored in this one, hopefully, it's true because I'll have some exposure to this one. Today, I think I'm just going to go back to some multiples again and see where I land. But, right here, the usual suspects, they're all in play. Andre Iguodala, he gets his hefty amount of minutes every game, and, he's in play as well. A very versatile player, so that's someone that you can get for cheap on this side of the ball, under 4,500. And moving over to Washington side of things, John Wall, somebody who I really like this game. John Wall, yeah, I really like him this game. He is going to be up for the challenge, and I rarely roster him, but tonight it just seemed like a night that I'm going to have to roster him. I mean, that I really like him, and in this game, this atmosphere, the speed of this game, and it could be a lot of assists jumping off for John Wall today. Plus, I don't know how if he can exploit that matchup with Steph Curry, if they decide to put Steph on him, I definitely think he can win that matchup. But he doesn't just do it all, getting buckets. He does get a lot of assists, and he's a triple-double threat as well, So, I like Wall. All these guys are in play. Both star lineups for each team, they're definitely in play. Both of these teams play a lot of minutes. Starters play a lot of minutes, GORTAT coming in at 6.1K. I really want to fire him up for rebound's sake. I think he can get a little bit more rebounds than he's used to getting. But as you can see, he does know how to hit the glass. And as the way Wall drafts to the basket, a couple dishes, to MARCIN and GORTAT is not out the question. Zaza is some type of tough guy that, so that, it could be a little rumbling going down there in the paint, but, that'll be great for basketball. But I'm seriously considering GORTAT. I'm on the fence right now. I'm seriously considering him. And, you got Markieff Morris. He's at a really nice price at $6,300. And Otto Porter, he's at $6K. So, there's a lot to like about the price points over here. We know these guys can be stacked up, and we're going to see a lot of that from players out there. That, from players out there tomorrow, these guys can really be stacked up. And Bogdanovich, I haven't been checking out on him since he's been, over there. But against Utah, he played 33 minutes, and he had 22 fantasy points. It's looking like he's going to be the new six-man, coming in at 4K, man. So keep that in mind. Looks like he's going to be the new six-man, taking Oubre's minutes. Let me see how many minutes has he been getting. Yeah, so it looked like, because Oubre used to be that guy that come in and do nothing, a whole lot of nothing with all those minutes. So it just looked like they went and got somebody who can, fill in that 3 spot and at least do something. So, there you have it. And then, I don't know. I'm looking at Trey Burke, and he's at 3K. I don't know, man. I highly doubt it. Moving over to the next game, we got Portland and Washington. Another game that's interesting. Right off the bat, we got. Let's start on the Portland side of things with Damian Lillard. He's coming in at 8,400 on DraftKings. On FanDuel, he's priced at about. Let me see what's his price on FanDuel. 8,400, the same. So he's priced at 8,400. He's got a great matchup. And he's been balling the last couple games. Now, he's priced reasonable, so I think it's I think he's worth a fire up, C.J. McCollum, I love the price on C.J. McCollum at 7,100. He doesn't have to do, a lot to hit value. We know he can hit value, but he's going up against KCP, and it is what it is. He is a play for price considerations. I think I just like Damian Lillard probably a little better because he'll see a combination of Reggie Jackson and God damn it, Ish Smith, and then neither one of those guys are great defenders. So C.J. McCollum, he'll probably be matched up with KCP, and KCP is somebody who just stays in the game all game long. So, if I'm right about that, then that's where I probably benefit from that situation. Nurkic is a guy I think Nurkic can have a bounce back game here against Drummond. Drummond is a rebounding machine. I'd imagine they need use of Nurkic, so people will probably be off of him. I'm going to have some shares of him. It's just my thoughts. So there you have it. I think he could really, I think his services will be needed. Aminu, he came off the bench last game, and he played 29 minutes, had a pretty nice outing at 27 fantasy points, and they'll start Lure, because this game can get kind of tricky when Detroit, they'll start Lure, and Tobias Harris, he gets minutes, and Marquise Morris, he gets minutes, and sometimes they're in there, they're just playing small, with Harris at the 4 and Morris at the 3, and then that's when you got guys like Aminu at the 4, and then Harkless at the 3. So this game can get kind of tricky, and it's a tricky game. So that's what makes it really nice for guys like Aminu and Harkless and Morris and what's the guy's name? Morris and Tobias Harris. Those guys. Those are some nice matchups. I wouldn't mind watching this game. From a basketball fan standpoint. Maurice Harkless, he's logging some nice minutes as well. He played 36 minutes. He's been very productive, and these guys are priced at a reasonable price. You get $5K for Aminu, $4,700 for Harkless. So those guys are like I said, they're priced good, and they can help you put in some pretty nice guys in your lineups. Save you some cap space. On the Detroit side of things, Drummond, he is definitely in play. Will I have him? I don't know, but he's definitely in play. I have to look further into it. He can go off at any time for a monster game. So if you firing him up, hey, I don't mind the play. I definitely don't mind the play. Caldwell Pope is somebody who I like. Coming in at 5,900, he just logs a ton of minutes, and minutes equal opportunity. So going up against C.J. McCollum, he'll be guarding C.J. McCollum, and C.J. McCollum probably will see him, for the whole duration. And I really like Caldwell Pope under 6K on FanDuel. He's priced at 5,400. Very nice price. Marcus Morris, he's somebody who's been playing well, and he gets a ton of minutes. So keep an eye out on this guy. He's been playing well. He's priced under 6K. Also on FanDuel, he is priced at 5,900. So somebody who I don't mind. But they match up. They match up well. Marcus Morris and Tobias Harris, you know, they match up well. They match up well, you know, because with this team, you know, they have, like I said, they got on the Portland side, they got Aminu and Harkless. So, you know, this should be a battle, man. I hope it's higher scoring. I might want to have a piece, you know, a little bit more pieces to this game now that I'm looking at it. John Lure, he will be starting. He does start, and, you know, he comes in and, you know, he gives up his minutes. If he can get hot, I think he could be a nice player as well. There's so much to like about this game when you really look at it. Like I said, he'll be getting a start. Drummond will be down low with Big Nurkic, and if things are not going well for the bigs down there, you know, John Lewis can really make a difference, man. And I know a lot of guys have been riding him and getting burned and here and there. I've been hearing a lot, but you never know. He might be, you know, in line to, you know, get about at least 30 fantasy points this game. You know how bad Portland has been over some time against that power forward slot, so don't sleep on him. Ish Smith is somebody who I know about. I haven't been playing, and, you know, sometimes it hurt me, sometimes it doesn't. I don't think I'll be on him, but, you know, I'm not a fan of Lillard's defense either, you know. So Reggie Jackson, you know, he's coming in at 5,300. He had a pretty nice game and last time out, and that was good for him, man. He's priced very nicely at 5,300. If he feels like he got his swagger back, then he could return a nice. He could be a nice return on investment from, you know, from his standpoint. He's at 5,300 as well on Fanduel. I don't mind the play. And that's about it for this side. Move over to the Denver and Chicago game. This matchup here is kind of tricky as well. We're going to start off on the Denver side of things. We see Nikola Jokic, his price is going down. He's under 9K. The boy knows how to play ball. That's for one thing. If he can stay out of trouble, that's another thing. And, you know, if he can stay out of trouble, I don't mind to play. I haven't played him in a while. I'm going to be rolling multiples once again today. Some I probably shouldn't do, but it is what it is. He's priced up at 9,500 on FanDuel, so, you know, you can get him 600 cheaper over here. He just knows how to play ball. And at that power forward slot in Chicago, it's you know, we lost Taj Gibson. I forget who they start. If I'm not mistaken, they just start him at the center, which means he'll probably be matched up with Lopez. So I don't mind the play. Fire him up if you want. You know, he's just a great all-around player. Wilson Chandler, he had a nice outing. I remember that last time he played my Bulls. He had a really nice outing. At 6,600, he's kind of priced down. I don't mind the play. You know, he'll probably be matched up with most of the game with somebody like NIKOLA MIROTIC, because he's been emerging and getting a lot of minutes. Danilo Gallinari is the glue over here. Don't get it twisted. He is the glue. I mean, you know, he's been there, and, you know, he's just one of those guys. He might be matched up with Jimmy Butler, and I don't know, man. You know, I like the price on him. FanDuel, he's priced at 6,700. So, and then, you know, there's a lot of mouths to feed. Of course, Fareed will probably be out, so that's something to keep an eye out. It's a lot of mouths to feed over here in Denver, though, and, you know, somehow they spread the minutes out well. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. So Gary Harris is another guy who gets a lot of minutes. They'll need him going up against Dwayne Wade. He didn't have a lot of minutes last game, but he was No, yes, he did. He had a lot of minutes last game. I'm sorry. But he's been tearing it up, and it's somebody you can look at as well. You can definitely pay down a shooting guard if you want today. He's 5,500 on DraftKings, so it's a nice mid-tier. It's some nice mid-tier options all the way around on this slate. So Gary, Will Bartons and your Jameer Nelsons and Mason Plumlee. So these guys are loaded. It's just hard to figure out who's that guy. So I mean it's, a lot of these guys can be in play. Jameer Nelson, he'll see upwards of 30 minutes probably this game. And that is my alarm. Anyway, that's letting me know that I'm taking up a little bit too much time. And I know I got to get ready to go in a minute. But anyway, yeah, it's a lot to like about this game, man. But, it's just hard to pick that one guy that's going to, have that good game. Will Barton, he's priced under 6K on DraftKings as well. So he gets the minutes. It's just, what he does with them. Moving over to Chicago side of things was a little bit more straightforward, just a little bit. I want to jump right over here to NIKOLA MIROTIC right in the gate. The last two games, since it's looking like they want NIKOLA MIROTIC to step in and be that stretch floor and all of that. The Bulls, Hoiberg likes shooters, and somehow we keep getting guys that don't shoot the ball. So it is what it is. But anyway, there you have it. He's getting the minutes, and at the 4. Probably not. He's not starting, but he's coming in and he's soaking up all the minutes, and he's somebody who can stretch the floor, hit the 3, and I don't know, man. I don't mind the play at 5K. I wish I would have been on him right here around that 4,100 mark when he first started having good games. But he's coming off back-to-back good performances, and that's awesome. So he's in play. RAJON Rondo, I don't know what he's been doing, but okay, he's been playing nice amount of minutes, and it's looking like, he's probably in play. So that's something to look at. Jimmy Butler, he's got a nice matchup. However you look at it, Gallinari, Jimmy Butler's gonna. He does a little bit of everything. He shoots that jumper. He pounds it in the. He pounds it in the paint. And he plays a ton of minutes, and he's somebody who can. He can do some damage. I imagine that probably one of the best wing defenders over there would be Gary Harris, and he'll probably be locked up with Wade. So Jimmy Butler is somebody I think you guys need to consider. Dwayne Wade just knows how to ball. He's definitely in play. He just knows how to ball. He's self-explanatory. I like him as well. Robin Lopez, I like Robin Lopez today. Denzel Valentine, his price went up to 3,400. He's been seeing some minutes. So let's see what this second half can bring the Bulls. Especially going up against a team like this, the Bulls are going to need some scoring. Michael Carter-Williams, he's in play as well. He only played 8 minutes. That was something. So, some last game you got to keep an eye on. Oh, yeah, he did get hurt. So keep an eye out on that injury situation, man. I forgot all about that. He's questionable today. Keep an eye out on the injury situation. A big tall guard like him can shake things up. But I like Robin Lopez. At 4,400, he'll probably have to deal with Jokic. And then they got Plumlee coming off the bench. So I like Robin Lopez as well. Phoenix and Memphis. This game here. Memphis at home. We can look at Memphis at home. We can look at the Phoenix side of things. Average Bledsoe always has a tough time with Memphis, man. He's a GPP play for me. One of these days he's gonna say, you know what, I'm fucking sick and tired of this shit, and just go crazy on Memphis. But for that reasons, you just throw him in GPP and just hope he flowers. I'm quite sure he blossoms. I'm quite sure he'll be low owned. Devin Booker is somebody who hits value against these guys. So let me see, Memphis. He didn't hit value there, but the last couple games I've seen against these guys, he did hit. Outside of that one, he did hit value, so that was something. And as much as I like Devin Booker as a player, I don't know if I can go back to him this game, because you see, he'll probably be matched up with Tony Allen, and then he'll probably be matched up with Bledsoe will probably be matched up with Conley, and he has bad games. But in the absence of PJ Tucker, then he's probably TJ Warren. He's probably the guy that has the best matchup, and at 5,500, and the minutes that he's going to get, and he is probably the one you want to look to. And since PJ Tucker has been gone, he's been hitting value and exceeding every game. So TJ Warren will probably go low owned, and he's somebody that I think you can consider. If he gets hot, they'll probably consider putting Tony Allen on him. But for the most part, I think TJ Warren can probably have a good game. Marquise Chris, somebody who I'm probably not on. Allen Williams, this guy, it's just looking like the Suns are trying to see what they got. It looks like they benched Allen. I mean, they benched what's his name, Tyson Chandler, and they're playing the young boys, and I don't know if I'm right or not. It's just looking like they're trying to see what they got. Allen Williams, he's priced at 4,100. I still probably won't have him, but he's a tough guy, But I'm just pointing that out, if they feel like they want to give him some minutes. But this is a tough matchup though. He probably could, in a blowout situation or something like that. I don't know how they running these minutes though. Like I said, Alex Lynn, he got 14 minutes last game against Milwaukee. Then the game before that, he had 35 against Chicago. So I don't know, man. I hate for anyone to get burned by a situation where coaches, playing mind games. So for that reason, I'm going over here to Memphis side of things. They're pretty straightforward. These three guys here, and JaMychal Green, somebody who he does well against Memphis. He does well against Phoenix, and I don't mind to play at 4,200. Another cheaper option on the slate. He had 29.5 fantasy points against these guys last time they played in 30 minutes. Mike Conley absolutely rips them. Last time he played them, I think he had probably about 30 fantasy points. But the time before that, he had probably 60 fantasy points. So he just got super hot. Marcus All, he's in play. Zach Randolph, he's in play. Tony Allen, he's in play as well. So the usual suspects over here. I don't know who I like the most, but the usual suspects are in play. Moving over to the OKC and Utah game, juicy matchup. A juicy game. It's kind of juicy. A lot of people are not going to be interested, but it is kind of juicy. But let's start. Looking at OKC side, Utah side of things, they're on the road. They're traveling to OKC. So Gordon Hayward, Rudy Gobert, George Hill, Derek Favors, Rodney Hood. Now, Gordon Hayward, he's like he's the glue. Um, he depending on the matchup, depending on the game flow, he's going to play as many minutes as possible. I don't mind the play. He'll probably see some. He'll probably see some. He'll see a number of folks. Some. Mostly he'll see probably some Roberson. He'll see some McDermott. He'll see some everybody. But he just knows how to ball. I don't mind the play. Rudy Gobert, somebody I just so mad that I missed out on the last two games. Now he's going up against a guy like Steven Adams. Steven Adams is going to play as many minutes as Gobert is going to play. So Steven Adams is a tough guy as well, But one thing about Gobert is he does have defense, man. And, these blocks, they make a difference, They do make a difference. I don't mind the play. Steven Adams is a tough competitor, though. But, I don't mind the play. George Hill, last time these two teams met, he did not have a good game. He had a nice game last game, so his price risen from 5,900 to 6,400, and he's probably going to play as many minutes as Westbrook or close to it. So there you have it. I don't mind the play. Derrick Favors. It's hard to know when his minutes is going to go up. They got a Enes Kanter over here. So, Kanter was over here in Utah, so that's a little revenge narratives going on and things like that. But I can see Favors. He doesn't play any more than 26 minutes. That game right there, he did play 33 minutes right here. I don't know for what reason, but it looked like he's capped around that 26 minute range. But if you like to play, go ahead, fire him up. His last two games was all right. He's coming in at 5,400, a reasonable price tag. Rodney Hood, if you don't see Oladipo, if we do see Oladipo, he'll probably be matched up with him. If not, you'll see the other cat. I forget his name. What's his name? Let me see. I played him. Abrines. So, he's got a really good matchup. Will he be able to take advantage of it? You catch Rodney Hood in some of those good spots, and he acts like he doesn't want to win. He had a nice outing last game though against Bradley Beal. He had 23 fantasy points. So, if you feel like he's got to have a good matchup either way it goes. If it's Oladipo or Abrines, I'm not a fan of neither one of the defense over there. So I think he could be a very nice play, man. At 4,100, especially if Roberson can find a way to really bother Hayward, then Rodney Hood could really be a good play. The rest of these guys, I'm not on them. OKC side of things, Westbrook. Last time their teams played, he had a triple-double, a monster one at that, with about upwards of 30-something points, including in the triple-double. So, and he's not out of the question against nobody. He's just like, this motherfucker probably played DFS, man. So, he's in play. Keep an eye out on Oladipo's situation. Steven Adams, just a tough guy. At 5,400, I don't know if I'll be on him or not, but he's a very tough competitor. Enes Kanter, you got some revenge narratives going on here. They talk smack and all of this, and he used to play for those guys, and There you have it. I can't even roster no more none of these other guys though. It's Westbrook for me. It's Westbrook or bust with these guys. Today. Um, Moving over to the last game of the night, the Hammer game. You got Charlotte and LA. It's a lot to like about this game. Let's get into it. Start off on the Charlotte side of things. You got Kemba Walker coming in at 8,300. Somebody who I just screams and curses at him all the time. He's got to get you above. He got to go above 40, man, to hit value. So, what you think, man? Should we fire him up or not? I don't know, man. He gets buckets. Man. I wouldn't mind if you do. I'm a risk taker as well. You shouldn't be a risk with taking him, but he's so up and down at times. I don't mind the play. It's the Lakers though. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Nicolas Batum was just priced at 6,900. He shot up to 7,500 real quick. He does a little bit of everything, and he's definitely in play for me. I really like Batum. 90% of the nights I like Batum. So there you have it. Frank the Tank, he's definitely in play against that Lakers front court. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Marvin Williams. These guys play a lot of minutes. Interesting play here is Marvin Williams. He plays a ton of minutes, man. He's just got to get his shots back up, man. Those attempts up. He plays a ton of minutes, man. 39, 40, 36, 39. So, you can if he gets hot, you pick your poison. It is what it is. And Michael Kidd-Gilchrist coming off of disappointing outing, but with that toughness and grit that he possesses, he's another guy who plays a lot of minutes. In the last 2 games he didn't play a lot, but he's another guy who plays a lot of minutes. Jeremy Lamb is another guy I want to talk about. He came in last game and he played 37 minutes, 28 fantasy points. So. That's another very cheap option if you think he's in play. Go ahead and fire him up. Marco Bellinelli, I don't know how many minutes he played last game, but he will chunk it up. He played 14 minutes. Before that, he played, he was playing a ton of minutes and getting, a little bit usage coming in off that bench. But this is a case where Jeremy Lamb might be fully ready. He's a playmaker type of guy, and he can do a little bit of bit of everything, but he can get buckets. So a guy who can get hot, and it is what it is. Just a cheaper option, and over here on the Lakers side of things, it just looks like the Lakers are in let's see what we got mode. So I don't mind D'Angelo Russell. I actually like to play. He played 29 minutes against San Antonio, but, OKC, he had 50 fantasy points. Phoenix, 36. So I don't mind the play coming in at 6,500. I'm going to have me some of them. So that explains that. Julius Randle, I guess his minutes are back safe and fine. So he's in play. I like this game. I like this game. Jordan Clarkson, he comes in off the bench and he'll see, a little bit of that second unit over there in Charlotte. And, he plays a fair amount of minutes. He's been aggressive these last 3 games out. So it's taking at least, 14 to 15 shots a game, and that's exactly what you want from a guy like Jordan Clarkson. But like I said, I think they're trying to see what they got, and it's some nice mid-tier options today. Another guy, Brandon Ingram, 4,200. Like I said, they looking like they want to see what they got. So look at the minutes. He's played upwards of 30 minutes these last 2 games. He's coming in at 4,200. hey, the mid range guys on this slate is just juicy. So minutes equal opportunity, man, and he's the young boy over there, and I don't mind the play. Then you got Larry Nance Jr. and they're not a good rebounding team over here and over there in Charlotte, and like I said, if they're really trying to see what they got as far as the young boys in LA, then at 3,600, I think Zubac is going to probably have a nice game. He's crafty, man. He got hands. He's crafty around that basket, and last time he had over 20 minutes. He 27 fantasy points in OKC. This other time he had 21 minutes against Milwaukee. A bad rebound to 10. He had 26 fantasy points. Let me see. He didn't do so well against Detroit, but against New York, it was a while back. But hey, I think he can get some minutes this game. I think Zubac is going to be the play. But don't quote me on that, but I think he's going to be the play, man. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna have some, Larry Nance Jr. That's just some options, a lot of options. We know Larry Nance, he can have a good game as well. It's not a good rebounding team over there in Charlotte, so keep that in mind. And guys, thank you for making it to the end of this with me. It's been a great season, man. Let's try to keep the season moving forward. If there's anything, you guys want me to do, anything you guys want me to touch on, or anything, leave me a couple comments in the comment section. Check my description, man. I have a Facebook group, over 6,000 members. We're helping each other. We're sharing strategies. It's humor. I mean, it's a lot to there's a lot to cover in the Facebook group. The link to that is in the description. My Firstdown Podcast Facebook page. You can go ahead and like that. The link is in the description. And as far as my Twitter, that is in the description as well, at DENZEL1. Give me a follow. Shoot me a question or two. Chop it up with me. It is what it is, man. And with that being said, I'm out. Good luck today, guys.